Welcome to the next video. In this video, I'm going to talk about another story that also happened in Xitang and started in AJOs, not with the Scandinavian, but with a different individual. So I had mentioned how I used to hang out at AJOs as one of the expat bars and how I used to go there and just chat with the bartender who used to work there, a very young guy, I believe from Norway. Anyway, so hanging out there, it's pretty quiet. I believe they were closing about 1-ish that night. And so just sitting in the bar, just having my drink, having a conversation, relaxing. So the Norwegian bartender says to me, "Hey, you doing anything after here?" And he was messaging on his phone. I said, no real plans really. Why? He says, "Well, thinking of going to Xitang. There's a couple girls that I know there who are going to meet us up. Do you want to go?" I said, "Sure." He's like, "Oh, do you like Russian girls? Because they're Russian." I said, I'll chat with anybody, not, don't discriminate, not, good time's a good time." He's like, "Oh, okay, just hang out here. I'm going to close up and we'll both head out there." I said, "All right." So, having my last drink as he's closing up the bar. Finish it up, locks up the place. We walk there, and it was like a block away. Go inside. It's probably closer to 2 by now. Not super packed, but a fair amount of people, that it's not dead. And I remember going in, didn't really pay attention to how many people there were there or the demographics. I just remember, okay, there's people here, so it's not bad at this time of night. Meet up these 2 girls, who definitely prove a lot of the stereotypes about Russians are wrong. And the stereotypes I'm talking about is tall, blonde, models, super thin, heavy accents. Nope. These girls were average height, average looks, body types. Could have transplanted them anywhere in the Western world. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying it's good to see a stereotype being broken. So he talks with one that I guess he was good friends with, and then he goes, "Oh, this is so on." And again, don't want to say names, but talk to her. "Hi, my name's David." We chat up, and the 4 of us are sitting at the bar, all along, right next to each other. So we're having a good conversation, have a couple drinks, music's going, place is not packed, so it's not too smoky or loud or anything, so you can carry a good conversation. At a certain point, this Eastern European gentleman, probably Russian, comes over, chats with the girls in what was probably Russian. And, they chat with him for a second. I'm looking over at the bartender. I'm like, just kind of let it go. And the guy kind of walks away and don't see him again. So the Norwegian bartender, he continues his conversation with this girl. I continue just having small talk with her friend. Second time again, this guy comes by and he starts chatting with these girls. And at this point, I go, it's kind of weird. What's going on here? Is this their brother? Or, is this a friend? I mean, he's not even talking to us. What's up with that? So he, goes off again, but not too far away. And the Norwegian guy, bartender who invites me, says, "Oh, I gotta go to the restroom." So he goes off to the restroom. And the girls start having a conversation amongst each other. I guess, "Hey, what's he saying?" Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Talking about the bartender, because it looked like he was pretty chummy with this girl. And I kind of lost track of him at that point. I think he left his jacket, because it was a little bit cold, left his jacket on the bar stool. So then, same dude comes back, starts chatting with these girls again in, probably Russian. And for a bit, it's a very animated conversation. And one of the girls says to me, "Hey, where's so on, so forth, or where's your buddy?" I said, "Oh, he went to the restroom. I think he left his jacket there." She's like, "No, his jacket's not here." I said, "Okay, I don't know. Maybe he went to get something. I don't know." So now the conversation between the two ladies and this European dude continue for a bit. At that point, I happen to look at the bar, or around the bar. Look across the bar, I see two Western girls, very well dressed, together, just sitting there, all smiles and happy. Huh. Look to the side. Two more girls, very well dressed, all smiles, sitting together. Look over at another part of the bar, same thing. Look at another part of the bar, same thing. The majority of the bar is, filled with pairs of very attractive, well-dressed Western women who seem to be having a good time in a place that's kind of dead. Or not dead, but just not as full as it normally is. And then a thought, pops into my head. Are these hookers? Russian hookers, to be precise? Because this is unusual, and let me preface this with saying I had been going to this bar for many months by the time this incident occurred. So I knew what it looked like on most nights of the week. And this was unusual. This late, mostly Westerners, pairs of really attractive girls by themselves, hanging out 2, 3 in the morning. And the two girls that I'm hanging out with, talking to some guy in a foreign language who doesn't introduce himself, who they don't even mention who he is. And at that point, it's when the next thought, maybe these girls are also hookers. And maybe that's the pimp saying, hey, what's going on here? You gonna get any business done? So while they're distracted with their conversation, I kind of slowly get up. I had finished my drink and paid for it. Slowly get up while they're not paying attention, and I just abscond from the place. And that was the last time I saw, except for the bartender because he still worked at the bar, it's the last time I saw any of those people or ever saw that happen again. So that's the Shitong Russian girls story. Pretty crazy, but strange things happen. Anyway, see you in the next video.